going to be a quick video on pricing heat transfer vinyl with Shopcal T6. Initially, there's a couple of places you need to go to set up some things in there. First place that we need to go is the HTV catalog. When we bring up the HTV catalog, this is what we're going to list where our vinyl is and how much we're paying for it. So you've got some already in here, and you'll need to go ahead and put your own or modify these, whatever it needs to be. What we're saying here in this particular one, this particular product is called Scissor Easy Weed, and I have it from the vendor heat transfer warehouse. Got some other information there. And I've come down here and said the only vinyl I've got in stock from them is the red. And it came in a 15-inch wide by 15-foot long, and it cost me $35. I didn't pay any shipping on it. So once I've entered this basic information here, T6 calculates that the price per square inch is 0.012963, and the price per square inch is $1.87. And this is the cost it cost me. I told T6 I want to mark that up at a starting point of 150%. And so it tells me now that the square inch to customer is 0.019445, and the square foot to customer is $2.80. So this is where we're going to get our starting point when we're coming over here for this particular product that we're going to put on a shirt. We're going to cut something out and put it on a shirt. We're going to start with this square inch to customer and square foot to customer is where we're coming from that. So you want to do this for all your different vinyls. You want to set it up. You throw a shipping cost in here, it calculates that into your roll cost to get it here. It doesn't change over here, but it changes your price per square and everything else up to that. The second thing that we need to set up is our HTV matrix. Just like your screen printing, embroidery, and whatever else, you can have as many matrices as you want for the HTV. This one we're named retail. There's a couple of things that you need to understand in here. We're going to first, like we do in the screen printing, we're going to set up our quantity break points. And this is based on how many shirts we're doing. Because heat transfer vinyl is typically not used for large quantities like screen printing and stuff, we're probably going to have those break points a lot tighter. And we're using margin in here. So in this particular one, that's checked right up here. If we want to check it, use markup instead of margin. We just uncheck that box. So here we're saying that we want to take the shirt, whatever the base price to customer. So let's go over here to the garment catalog, and let's just go to, let's just say the PC61 was a shirt I always used all the time. And I've got my base to customer cost here for the whites, lights, and dark screw. So this is where it's going to start when it starts pulling that information in. So what we're saying here is if the customer gets 1 to 4, we want to apply a 50% margin to that base. So for example, if we were using a light shirt, our base to customer that we're telling it in here is $1.76. So we're going to apply a 50% margin to that. And 50% margin is the same thing as 100% markup. So we're going to apply that to the garment. Now we're going to start adding the cost of the decoration in here. You have your color count multipliers here. Now what these do is for the first location and the second additional location, what this is basically saying is to take the first the location, and we want to apply a multiplier of 5 to it. So let's just say we had $1 in decorating cost. We want to multiply that by 5, so we're going to do $5 on the cost. And then as we additionally do our other colors, we're going to reduce that multiplier down. This is because a lot of times on HTV, you got a lot of work in that first color coming out. You're setting everything up, getting all that, doing the cutting out and everything else, and you're just putting that on there. So you want to bump that up based off of what you've got coming out of the HTV catalog. So, and then as we add colors on there, we can reduce that down. We also have our fixed price services, so we can come in here and set up how much, if we're just going to do a name on the back, fixed price, and we can set those up. Now down here we have what's called the what if. And what the what if is for is to basically help you tune this color count multipliers. And so we come into here. Let's just go ahead and reset this. And we're going to say we're going to select a product, and we're going to do the Scissor Easy Weed. And the only color that we had available in that was the red. And we're going to do a deal that's going to take 12 inches by 12 inches of vinyl. Okay? And so we've got that in there, and you'll see that it pulled the 0.194 per square inch. We also know that it was $2.80 a square foot. So you actually see that right there, $2.80 a square foot. That came from the HTV catalog. Right there, there's your $2.80. There's your 0.19445. So come back to here. Those are the figures you see here. You see here. There's our cost. Now we've taken that and we said we want to apply the 5 multiplier to it, and we want to apply the markups to everything. So let me bring this out of the way a minute. And so let me see here, 280 times 5 is 14. And then if we took our one, I believe it's 76 times 2, and so we've got, like I said, our multipliers coming in here. We hit, and this is going to tell you roughly what it's going to end up costing out that you would sell that at that time. If I want to come up here and adjust that, I want to say, well, that's a little high, so I'm going to do that. And you'll see it immediately starts changing the prices down here. And so each one of these is as we add a color in there, okay, up to our 8 colors. So you could sit here and adjust this stuff until you're comfortable with what it ends up telling you is going to be charging. Once we've got that, we'll come over to the orders estimate screen. Let me unlock this, and I'm going to come in here in decoration. I come over here, I would select my HTV matrix. We only have that one in there. I'm going to select my product. There's my Scissor Easy Weed, my red, and 12 times 12, and then we would calculate. And of course this has got other decoration on it, so you can see it's way up, but let's just take this decoration out for a minute. Let's calculate. And so now when we've taken our $28 in decorating costs, added it to our shirt and everything else, on the 26 we've got $33.36. Now, I can't tell you what to charge. I can only tell you how it works, when it comes in here. You're going to have to play with these numbers. You're going to have to play with how much you want to do the initial markup. You may want to just set this at 0 where you're starting exactly with your cost and having the matrix do all of the markup. So anyway, this is basically, how it's done. Uh, and once you get that set up, you're comfortable with the what if and how she's calculating out for you. Then this is where you come over here and set up and actually enter what you're going to do. And those fixed prices, we would just click them right here if we wanted to just do a fixed price instead of that. If you've got something in there and you want to clear all the locations, clear all the locations. Let's calculate out. Okay, so anyway, that's basically the deal. This is the long sleeve shirts. Why it came out a little higher, 26 of them. So anyway, and we're also on a matrix here, which when it had the screen printing on it. Okay, so that's how we come up with it.